Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. Jack Miller candidly discusses the personal impact of his MotoGP career facing an uncertain future. With KTM opting for Pedro Acosta in their factory team for 2025 and no Tech 3 seat available, Miller reflects on the emotional strain and the changes his family has made to support him during this challenging period. Marc Marquez's transition to the Gresini team has been marked by significant challenges and adaptation after a tough period with Honda. Gresini's team manager, Michele Masini, has provided insights into Marquez's ongoing process of adjustment and his impact on the team. Pecco Bagnaia has sparked controversy with his recent criticism of toe tactics in MotoGP, with implications that his remarks were aimed at Marc Marquez. The issue highlights tensions between Bagnaia and Márquez, who are set to become teammates next year. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Jack Miller has revealed the deep personal impact of his MotoGP career seemingly coming to an end. With limited opportunities for next season, Miller shares the emotional difficulty of navigating this uncertain phase. He admitted to feeling like he's in purgatory, with his future in MotoGP uncertain. "I feel good in myself. Obviously, I'd be lying if I said it was an easy 3 weeks at home, trying to find something for next year. I'm hanging in purgatory, I guess you could say. I don't know where I stand." Quote from Jack Miller. The personal toll extends beyond Miller's own career, affecting his family as well. He noted that his wife and baby had to adjust their plans, as the possibility of these being his final races looms large. Miller expressed the difficulty of facing such a career transition and the emotional weight of it not ending on his own terms. The wife and baby weren't going to come to all of the last races. But it's looking like they could be my last ones. I don't want to be all sentimental, but it's been tough. It's something I worked for and sacrificed for. Miller reflected on the changing landscape of MotoGP, acknowledging the rise of new talents such as Pedro Acosta, who has impacted his career prospects. Despite the challenges, Miller remains proud of his achievements and remains hopeful about the future, though he recognizes the competitive nature of the sport. There is so much talent coming through. The things that some of these kids can do on bikes is phenomenal. You can't be angry at progress. But I feel like I can be an old dog who is taught a few more tricks. As he enters his 10th season in MotoGP, Miller reflects on his journey through various teams including Honda, Ducati, and KTM. He considers his career a success and remains hopeful for future opportunities, even as he faces the possibility of transitioning away from the sport. "I've had a good run, if it does come to an end. The game is changing every year. Whether or not we get the chance is another question," Miller concluded. Jack Miller's heartfelt reflections offer a glimpse into the personal and emotional challenges he faces as his MotoGP career reaches a pivotal moment. As he navigates this uncertain phase, Miller remains hopeful and proud of his journey in the sport. Stay tuned for more updates on his career and the evolving MotoGP landscape. According to Michele Masini, Marc Marquez arrived at Gresini with considerable mental strain from his time at Honda, where he faced a non-competitive bike and frustration. Adapting to a new team and bike has proven to be a complex process for the legendary rider. "Marc Marquez came to us having suffered a lot mentally at Honda. He was in very good physical shape, but the bike was not competitive." Quote from Michele Masini. Masini highlighted the ongoing nature of Marquez's adaptation, noting that while he has shown promise, he still needs time to fully integrate with the new bike and team. "After 1 or 2 races we realized Marc Marquez would be fast and fight for wins. But something is still missing. Our bike is very competitive, but we have to do the perfect job to give him the best bike so he can make the difference." Despite the challenges, Masini praised Marquez for his dedication and performance. He noted Marquez's ability to deliver strong performances even when the bike isn't to his liking, showcasing his champion mentality and commitment. What impresses me the most is that even when we give him a bike that he doesn't have a good feeling on, he always pushes at 100%. Masini also highlighted Marquez's consistent performance in practice sessions, where he maintains a minimal time gap despite not feeling completely comfortable with the bike. For other riders, when there is no feeling during practice, we immediately see a significant gap in time. With Marc, there is little difference. On a personal level, Masini was impressed by Marquez's humility and clear communication. This has facilitated a smoother transition and collaboration with the Gresini team, differentiating him from many other riders. Marc Marquez surprised me with his simplicity and humility. How he approaches everything. With us, he is always very clear and direct. He knows what he wants. Masini concluded by Motosan. Marc Marquez's journey with the Gresini team reflects both the challenges of transitioning from a difficult period with Honda and the perseverance of a champion. As he continues to adapt and collaborate with his new team, his commitment and performance remain evident. Stay tuned for further updates on Marquez's progress and the MotoGP season. Pecco Bagnaia's comments on toe tactics, which he described as ridiculous, have been interpreted as a direct criticism of Marc Marquez. Bagnaia expressed frustration over the practice of riders deliberately slowing down to gain a toe from others during qualifying, a tactic Marquez is known for. We have also to say that the situation in qualifying right now is quite ridiculous considering that 10 MotoGP riders can go slow like this to follow other riders. Quote from Pecco Bagnaia. Marc Marquez, a known user of toe tactics, faced criticism from Bagnaia and other riders. Sylvain Gintoli noted that Marquez's attempt to use a toe at Silverstone didn't pan out as planned, highlighting the risks associated with this strategy. Marc needed that toe. It was a risk worth taking. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. He was stuck behind Marco Bezzecchi. Quote from Sylvain Gintoli. Neil Hodgson added that Marquez's frustrations with toe tactics stem from both the practice itself and situations where it doesn't go as planned. Marc was annoyed because Bezzecchi had already been passed by his teammate. He got into the long corner and rolled off. You can't have it both ways. Quote from Neil Hodgson. Bagnaia's criticism reflects broader concerns within the paddock about the impact of toe tactics on safety and race integrity. Several riders, including Alex Espargaro and Fabio Di Gianantonio, have echoed Bagnaia's sentiments. We are at the top of our sport. If we are here, it's because we can do things alone and it's quite ridiculous the situation. Quote from Pecco Bagnaia. Safety concerns regarding the disparity in speeds due to toe tactics have been raised, with commentators emphasizing the need for changes in regulations. The biggest danger on track is the difference of speed. It sets a bad example. Quote from Neil Hodgson. With Simon Crafar set to replace Freddie Spencer as head of race direction next year, there is anticipation that new rules could address the towing issue. Gintoli suggests implementing minimum time standards for each sector to mitigate the risks associated with toe tactics. Set a minimum time for each split. You have to be within 110% or 120% of your fastest split. It stops you from slowing down. Quote from Sylvain Gintoli. Pecco Bagnaia's critique of toe tactics and the ongoing discussion about safety highlight significant issues in MotoGP. As the sport looks to address these concerns, the arrival of Simon Crafar as race director may bring new regulations to enhance safety and fairness. Stay tuned for more updates as the MotoGP season continues. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.